Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Switch Draft League. Today we've got some new matchups that are going to be good to go here. As you can see here above me, up there. We got some good ones this week. Some big ones to start, and we even finish off with a couple 1-0 teams playing against each other. So we'll have at least one undefeated team by the end of the week. Should be two, actually, looking at that middle game. Alright, let me get a few things wrapped up here, and then we'll get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. That was also a great way for me to test the pause function, since I had trouble with that last video. Like I said, first couple weeks going to be working out the kinks, because, new setup. Alright, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Our first battle of the week, we've got Nightmare After Christmas, affectionately known as Nightmare AC, against the Pokemon Power. Both these teams had interesting starts to the season, so we're going to see where we go this week. Let me make sure that the other person is connected. I mean, they're connected, but like make sure they know what the freak is going on, because that seems to have been an issue last week. Okay. All right. So this is the first game. So team one. There we go. I was told to use Garchomp as the lead. Let's see. Music-wise, let's go with Bead this week. Once I find him in here. There we go. I try to mix up the music each week to give us something different to listen to. All right. This week, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try to keep the logos up during the battle if I can. I can get the right one to click on here. There we go. I'm going to go up here where it says single battles and kind of put that up. Let me add a text real quick for the verses. I'm just literally going to put verses as the title. Let's see. Okay, it's not going to quite be that large, but you're getting the idea here. I don't care about the font. That's fine. Let's do 120. Where's that put us? Let's make that 100. Okay. Now we just move that over here. And then we get the power logo. I'm going to try to do that. Yes, it'll block some of the shot, but this way we remember who's playing the entire battle. Alright. Oh, I need to edit the week 2 thing. That's incorrect. Instead of CPU versus me, it should say me versus CPU. That was a mistake I had last week, although, I mean, it was correct, but it just looks better on paper to do me versus computer instead of the other way around. Especially since the computer's on the right-hand side. There we go. So the teams on the left side of the verses will always be mine, that I'm controlling. Teams on the right side will be the other team. Alright. We'll try this. If it's too much in the way, we'll change it, but I want to see how it looks. I think it would look cooler to do this. Alright, Garchomp, Rotom, Blaziken, Metagross, Swampert. I was told by the owner/manager of the Nightmare to start with Garchomp. So Garchomp is who we're going to start with. Nice and simple. Alright, here we go. Let's see how it turns out this week. Alrighty. So I'm trying to keep my music from my actual television from being too loud, but I want some audio. So I can hear it. Oh, the Tyranitar, that's a bad matchup. Alright, so the Gengar power thing isn't working where it's at. What if I do this? Does that work at all? We'll see. Oh, maybe this? Maybe that works. I do need to pick my attack. I don't think it's going to one-shot us. I'm going to Swords Dance. What are they going to do? What in the world are they going to do? Well, let's find out what they're going to do. I'm going to raise the Gengar one a little bit. Yeah, get it above the text line. There we go. That's not so bad. Alright, so we got Dragon Dance and a Swords Dance. So a lot of nothing that first turn. Let's go Earthquake. Let's see here. What in the world are they doing? They should, I don't know, they did this last week where they took their sweet time a couple times. Alright, with a Garchomp, one-shot the Tyranitar. Dragon Dance was not enough. This Garchomp's scary now. It's in sand with doubled strength. Rough start to the season for Tyranitar. Like, really rough start to the season for Tyranitar. Also, get out of there. My dog's being bad. I may have to pause once or twice if she's too bad. Would Alakazam outspeed it? Excellent question. That's actually a scary thought. I think Alakazam's the only thing that could outspeed it. I was just looking at their team while I was waiting, like, on my phone, like, just looking at the names. So Alakazam could maybe be a threat. They obviously didn't go that route. They went Rhyperior, so I think we're going to be okay. I mean, it will reduce the damage some because of Solid Rock, but I think we're going to be okay. Like, we might one-shot it anyway. Yeah, okay, so this might be a sweep. This might just be a sweep. Like, I'm going to be... I don't know. I don't think they have anything that... Unless the Alakazam's faster. I think even with a Fairy move, I don't think it, like, one-shots. So this... this has gotten out of hand quick. This has gotten really out of hand quick. I think this might just be the battle. They are faster. They went Tri-Attack. I guess they're trying to get a status on us. No status. That's a tough break. To be fair, I don't think, like, I think it has Dazzling Gleam. I don't think that would have one-shot us. So it would have gone down anyway. Yep, Garchomp is doing Garchomp things. However, this team does have Magnezone and Walrein left. And, while Magnezone isn't necessarily that scary for this team, Walrein is problematic. So if they can get around Garchomp, we could be in trouble. We should be okay here, I would imagine, though. It does have Sturdy, so we're not going to one-shot it, but we can get it down in the red. Alright, the Magnezone, like I said, Sturdy. Body Press will hurt, but it shouldn't knock us out. Oh man, it did not hurt us much at all. Sandstorm's gone, so we lose our ability to dodge, but I mean, we're so strong at this point that, like, it's not going to matter. Alright, Magnezone goes down. Yeah, I mean, and this isn't even a situation like Power didn't pick a bad team. It's just Garchomp got Swords Dance up. And when Garchomp gets Swords Dance up, Garchomp is very tough to beat. Like, the only hope now for Power is if Walrein can somehow tank a hit. I'm tempted to go Earthquake because it's super effective, but we got double Earthquake on a ground type Pokemon. It'll arguably, I mean, that would be 150, for example, versus 150. And this is 100 to hit. This is 90, so we're gonna go Earthquake. If the Walrein survives, kudos to it, but I don't think it will. It does, so it proves me wrong. However, look at its health going against the other 4 Pokemon. Alright. We don't have Bullet Punch anymore. That would have just ended the fight. Let's go Blaziken. Because we can Protect and then Rock Slide. Well, I mean, we're faster anyway. Oh, we have close combat too. Yeah, we should. This should be a ball game here. All right. Well, that was a stunning 4-0 victory for Nightmare. Nightmare getting back up to 1-1. Power dropping to 1-1, but that's all right. Both teams are 1-1. Yeah, I think the logos actually work well where they're at. So I'm going to try to do that for these future games. Congratulations, Nightmare, on getting the win. And again, Power, don't be upset with the result. It was more I mean, you can be upset, but you shouldn't be upset with, like, your picks. It was just Garchomp got Swords Dance up, and that's a problem for anything. Knowing that Walrein would have survived now, I kind of wish that the CPU player, the other player, would have put Walrein in second instead of Rhyperior, because that might have made this a different battle if the rest of the team didn't get, like, decimated. So, yeah. Oh, that sounded weird because I was going to, like, burp and say decimated at the same time. Alright, well, unfortunately, that's how that one played out for that team. And fortunately for for Nightmare. Alright, we've got a new team name, Team Stevie, who had a bye last week, has officially got a name now. They are the Farfetch'd Gardening Club. And the Farfetch'd Gardening Club will be controlled by me in their first game. They are playing the preseason number 1. If I find them in this list here, more teams means more logos to sort through. There we go. The Shuckle Squad, which, I'm not sure. I was going to say, I'm not sure exactly where the logo was placed before. I don't know why it won't let me, as I say, move the Shuckle. Okay, I think that's about right. Alright, let's do another battle. So, again, Farfetch'd Gardening Club and the Shuckle Squad. Someone will be undefeated out of these two moving forward. It's just a matter of, will it be a 1-0 team or a 2-0 team? So, man, I have to hold the computer person's hand every time they get their stuff set up. Come on, man. This is we've done 6 battles already going back to last week. You can't figure this out? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love you that you're helping me, but, like, come on, man. Delaying our viewers here. All right. Let's see here. This is gonna be rough. We're in real trouble against either of the birds. So we gotta hold Clefable back, because that's gonna be our only thing that could even possibly battle the last 3 on that list. We gotta save Whiscash, because it's not gonna be able to do much against the flying types. I'm going to... No, you know what? I'm gonna start with Whiscash, because last week this team, when I was in charge, led with Shuckle. So I'm gonna assume that they're kinda... The other person's gonna kinda follow my lead and do the same thing. That's my guess. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think I like having the logos on there better. Everyone can keep track of what team is what that way. Alright. Fissure's not going to work because it's got... I'm pretty sure it's got Sturdy, so we're just going to go straight into the Surf. Alright, there's the Surf from Whiscash. A little less than half, it looks like. Going with Sludge Bomb. I guess they're fishing for the poison. They did not get the poison. We're going to Surf again. Alright, and that was enough that time. So Whiscash with the knockout. Oh, they're going straight into Dragonite. Okay. I guess that does make sense. Gengar doesn't have Levitate in these games. I mean, we do have Blizzard, though, so, like... Yeah, maybe we get it to hit. Ooh, they're Dragon Dancing. That's scary. We talked about Garchomp in a previous... In the last matchup being scary. This is, scary. Blizzard does hit. Dragonite goes down to the Blizzard. Alright, Alright. Now, granted, that was an inner focus Dragonite, but still. Alright. Whiscash, with a surprise knockout there. I mean, guess Earthquake, it's weak to it, so it doesn't make much sense to fissure a Pokemon with weak defenses. It has Energy Ball, and we didn't make it. I kind of forgot I had Energy Ball, I'll be honest there. Nonetheless, though, Whiscash, a great start. Also, I didn't really want to switch into anything looking at the team, because we're not exactly a bulky team. So, Whiscash just kind of did what it could do for us. I'm not really sure why I picked... Well, I picked Vileplume because none of the others, like, really had much of a chance here. Especially trying to save the Clefable. Alright, I went Sludge Bomb. We're on a sunny day. So we have higher speed, and Solar Beam also works in one turn. We don't have Solar Beam, but like still we get our speed up. My bad. Oh, and that will also help Combuskin. That actually, yeah, that's actually a good move. Let's go Giga Drain to get some chip damage on it. Try to make things a little easier for the Combuskin when he gets out there. With Dragonite gone, Combuskin can actually do a pretty solid job of fighting what's left. Vileplume survives thanks to the Giga Drain. But now again, the new problem becomes, will we get Combuskin out there while the sun's out? Well, we're going to go Sludge Bomb since we can't go Giga Drain. Alright, that's going to be a knockout. Alright, Combuskin, because I know the other two aren't going to outspeed a Gengar. But Combuskin maybe has a chance after taking a turn to get its speed boost. What am I gonna do here? Because he still has the two birds. I guess I could do Shadow Claw, but he might switch. I think with the sun up, I gotta go Fire Blast in case they switch. They did not switch, and they're still faster. Combuskin does survive, and it lands the Fire Blast. Gengar's down. Alright, never thought I'd see a Combuskin beat a Gengar, but you just saw it right there, folks. Now Combuskin's got double speed. So, yeah, the opponent is like, what, a Combuskin beat Gengar? That is funny. Let's detect again for some speed. Alright. Fire Blast. Alright, decent hit. Now that was smart on my opponent's part. Not only will it make Thunder more accurate, but gonna weaken Fire Blast. We're definitely going first at this point because of all the boost. I'm going to go Shadow Claw instead, though, because Fire Blast won't do as much damage in the rain. Also, Shadow Claw has a high critical hit chance, which we got right there. Good hit there. That sucks, the static, but I think we're going to be dead and it won't matter anyway. Yeah. Okay, Articuno and Zapdos against Farfetch'd and Clefable. So this is going to come down to the wire. We don't want Farfetch'd in, though. It's in a bad position because it's bad against both of the birds. What we do want is to try and get a Calm Mind in if we can. Because if we can, we got a shot at winning this thing with Clefable. That did more than I was hoping it was going to do. I think we're done. I mean, I could have gone Ice Beam there, but then we wouldn't have really had anything to fight Articuno. Well, we had the Flamethrower, but we also would have been hurt like we are right now, so Articuno could have taken us out. I may have been able to play that better, but I don't think I would have been able to play it much better. That rain was really smart, because, like, again, Thunder or Hurricane could have missed under normal circumstances. I was hoping Clefable would be a little tankier than that. But I keep forgetting that in this league we don't have EVs or IVs. Like, they're just Pokemon we caught and, like, threw in a battle. So, like, doesn't quite operate the exact same. On the off chance you somehow survive an attack, agility so that maybe we can critical hit slash our way to victory. I really doubt it, but just on the off chance. Farfetch does not make it. A much better showing than I thought we would get out of the Gardening Club, though. Like, in all honesty, that was a pretty good matchup. Zapdos just was, Zapdos. So, good battle between the two teams. We got the Shuckle Squad advancing to 2-0. The preseason number 1 is undefeated 2 weeks in. Who would have thought? All right. And with that being said and done, we're on to our third matchup. We got the Squirtle Squad and Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. Once I find them. Finding the logos is the hardest part of this. Squirtle Squad and Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. There we are. And it's something, there we go. It's about that height. Alright. Like I said, matchup number 3. So far, I'm 1-1. The computer won 1 and I won 1. So we got the Squirtle Squad with a much different lineup than last week against Smooch 'em or Lose 'em, who also has a fairly different lineup this week. I was told to lead Blastoise on this team, so I'm not gonna put any input or knowledge into who I think should lead, because that's just what was told what I was told to do. So now whether I switch or not first turn in, we'll see. Depends on what they do. I don't think Blastoise is a bad matchup here, though. They don't really have anything that's super effective. They do have the one-hit possibility with Corphish Guillotine, but since it's unevolved, I'm not sure how it works speed-wise versus Blastoise. Alright, leading with Xatu. What do we have for Xatu? We got Jolteon. We'll put Jolteon in there. Alright. That wasn't so bad. I'm going to Rain Dance because I bet you they're going to switch. I bet you that they're going to switch. Alright. Who are they putting in, though? Okay. We don't have Eviolite, so, I know Munchlax is still sort of bulky since there's no EVs in this, but still. Okay. I say that and watch it kick my butt here. Thunder. Yeah, okay, bulkier than I thought. So, there we go. I look like an idiot. Oh, wow. Who would have thought the Munchlax would do more to us than we could do to it? I kind of want to keep Jolteon for the Xatu when it comes back out. Now we got other Pokemon that can deal with the Xatu. Plus, that Munchlax is paralyzed. Alright, let's see. Munchlax down in the red. It does get the attack off. Jolteon goes down to Munchlax. Alright, a couple surprising ones today. I know it's in the rain, but let's put Flareon out there. Because we can double edge, like we don't have to use the fire move. Yeah. Yeah, just double edge it. Alright, Munchlax goes down. Alright, Corphish is in. We're going to double edge it again. Good hit. Dragon Dance. The real question now is going to be, is the Corphish faster than us? Rain stopped, so I don't think it's going to be going for, I don't think it's going to be going for Crab Hammer. It's probably going to be Guillotine if it's faster. And if it works. Guillotine did not work. Okay. Flareon gets the knockout. That could have been a problem, though, if it was fast with the Guillotine. Like, that actually really could have been a problem. Flareon doing some good stuff here. I've always thought Flareon was a good Pokemon. Everyone likes to rag on it and say it's not good. My Flareons have always been good. Like, I mean, in Scarlet and Violet, my Flareon was my Volcarona killer. Like, the moveset I had, Volcarona died almost every time to it. So I don't get why people think it sucks. I do wish I would have gone double edge, though. I didn't see him going for Rain Dance with the Corphish being out of the picture. But that will lessen the damage we do for this turn. Double edge it instead. Alright, come on, don't flinch. Don't flinch. Alright. Ooh, almost another knockout. Flareon will go down. That will technically be a knockout to Xatu because it did the last little bit of damage on it before the recoil. Let's go with Espeon. Well, wait, do we have a priority move on the Entei? We do not. Okay. Espeon. Sometimes Entei has extreme speed. I forgot if we had put it on there or not in this league. The Shadow Ball. Get rid of the Xatu. Espeon's faster, and that's a dead Xatu. Alrighty. Oh, here comes Jinx. Okay. What is Jinx will probably just try to put us to sleep. I'm gonna Shadow Ball in case it's faster. We are faster. I probably could have snuck a Calm Mind in, darn it. Although, good hit. I'm happy to see that. Oh, we got the special defense drop. Okay, so now this was instantly the better move. Even if Espeon goes down, we're set up to beat the Jinx. Alright, Shadow Ball in case we wake up. We did not wake up. 50% Blizzard hits it on the first try, of course. Well, now it'll be back to 70%, but of course it landed the 50% blizzard, right? Like, of course. Unlucky, asleep for a second turn in a row. 70% blizzard hits, a 2 for 2 on blizzard for Jinx, and a crit on top of that. Alright, alright. Entei. I'm going to go agility just because I know this thing's going to try to put us asleep again. You gotta be kidding me. We were faster. Alright. My bad. Well, if we're not asleep for 2 turns like Espeon, we'll be okay anyway. We're definitely the fastest thing left in the battle while we're alive. Psychic. Okay, we should survive another one of those, I would think. Like, right? So, wake up. We woke up. Okay, Jinx is dead. Alright. And their last Pokemon should be Smoochum, I believe. The newest addition to their team. Yep. Well, if we beat Jinx, I would imagine we're going to beat Smoochum here. Just a hunch. Alright, that's going to do it. That is a 2-0 victory for the Squirtle squad. So they move to 1-1. So a lot of 1-1. There's gonna be a lot of 1-1s at the end of tonight. End of today. Let's see. Next game is the Fairmont Flygon and the Great Garchomp. Alright, this is a big one. It's last year's defending champs versus a team that got a surprise Week 1 win. I'm 2-1 against the computer so far, so I might be due to lose here this week. I hope not, for my own sake. Because this is a double whammy. This is my own team as well as me trying to improve my record against the computer. So, like, double the reason to not suck. Let's see. What am I going to do against this team? Looking at what they got, it's more than likely going to be either a Dusknoir or Drapion lead. So I don't want Latios anywhere near there. Probably looking at Regice or Suicune. I'd kind of like to save Regice for the Articuno, though, so Suicune wins. Just right down the line there. Save Ditto as the secret weapon for the end. I'm not going to be switching Ditto in and out like the CPU did last week. Ditto is the desperation play. Like, I don't know, like, things are going wrong. Let's put Ditto out there and see if it can fix it. Alright, so it is Dusknoir to start. Alright. Dusknoir's an interesting one. I'm gonna go Calm Mind. Because Dusknoir, while it's very bulky, it's not got, like... It's got decent attack, but it's not, like, overwhelming. So we should be able to take a hit or two to set up some Calm Minds. Alright, I went Trick Room, so we got a free Calm Mind in there because we didn't take any damage. Let's get one more in there. Alright, it's going to try to burn my Suicune, which doesn't have any physical attacks. I mean, that will chip away at us over time, but that's not going to, like, mess up our strategy at all. Well, since all that's happened is we were burned, I'm going to Calm Mind a third time. Yeah, that's what I thought. I went for Shadow Ball, which isn't good. Also, why the Shadow Ball? You've seen me Calm Mind twice now. Do we just, like, win with Suicune now? Like, is that what's happening here? We just win with the Suicune? Like, is that what's gonna happen? I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna get greedy here, since they're not doing anything to us. I mean, that was their physical, but yeah, they're not doing anything to us. So like, all right, let's go Hydro Pump. Watch us miss after all the setup. I would not be shocked at all. Okay, there we go. I like that. One shot the Dusknoir. That actually shows how dangerous the Calm Minds can be. Twisted Dimensions went back to normal, so we're faster again. Most of the Pokemon Articuno can probably outspeed us, though. Let's go Ice Beam. It's faster. It's going for Freezing Glare. Could freeze us. Except for the fact that we're burned already. I think that was still a decent play on their part, though. Like, even the burn taken away. Because, like, they got more damage on us, and now with that burn, we're down in the red. So, like, I think it was a solid play. Yeah, like, this Scizor's... If Scizor doesn't take us out on its own, it's gonna then the burn will take us out. Like... We survived, we get one attack. We missed, so we did not get one attack. Suicune goes down, the knockout goes to Dusknoir, since the burn is what killed us. And again, Scizor is scary. Let's go Snorlax here. I don't think they're going to know what to do with Scizor against Snorlax. I'm going to try one Body Slam on the off chance we paralyze it. Swords Dance Scizor can be scary, except I also have Ditto, who would just have that Swords Dance as well when it goes in. We got the paralysis, ladies and gentlemen. Now if Ditto did go in, it would win the speed tie. Let's go high horsepower this time. Alright, does get the bullet punch off. That's going to hurt a lot. Snorlax tanks it, though. High horsepower. Pretty decent hit. Not going to lie, pretty decent hit, Snorlax. Good job. Got bullet punch off again. That should be the end of Snorlax. But great work just getting the paralysis on there. I have to go Ditto here. I don't want Latios taking a double bullet punch, and I don't want Regice taking one for sure. They're not going to switch out, because if they switch out, we have the boosted Scizor against whatever comes in. Okay, I don't think these bullet punches are going to do really anything, so I'm going to try Sand Tomb. Interesting that while paralyzed, I guess we copied the paralyzed speed. We did get the Sand Tomb to work, though. And Sand Tomb also does more damage because of the Technician. Oh, the Sand Tomb takes it out. Ditto getting the knockout as the impromptu Scizor. Alright, so Ditto coming through. Again, that's its first knockout of the season, but it was a good defensive pivot last game. We're going to bullet punch, because there's no way that, like, this thing's going to hurt us. Like, it's going to hurt us. But we have, again, the Swords Dance bullet punch. Big hit. Ditto survives. See, we got the double attack from the Scizor's very own Swords Dance there. Alright, bullet punch again. Ditto takes out the Drapion. Alright. Looking good. We might win this with Ditto. Nice hit by Ditto. That's going to hurt. Ditto goes down. That's a very injured Altaria against both Latios and Regice. I'm not even going to mess around here, because if I went Regice, we could miss attacks. We're just going to go Latios and Dragon Pulse. That should be ball game. That's your ball game. Flygon 2-0. A lot of matchups being 2-0 again this week. I'm kind of getting sick of the repetitiveness there. Nonetheless, though, a win for the Fairmont Flygon. I guess it just shows how even the teams are. We got in the last matchup, we've got the Harper's Ferry Haunter and Captain Spiro's crew. Again, Mystic Magikarp are on a bye this week, so won't see them this week, but they'll be excited to play again next week, I hope. Last one for the night. Harper's Ferry Haunter and Captain Spiro's crew. Let's see. Yikes, yikes. What am I going to pick in this one? What do I want to lead with? Oh wait, did they have a? Let me check. Do they have anything? Okay, they wanted me to use Heracross first for some reason. So, yeah, I guess we'll just go down the list here. I was gonna say, I feel like against this team, Latios could be a good lead. Or even the Kingdra, because it also has Swift Swim. But I'm gonna go with what the team says to go with. All right. Um. We'll go Heracross from now. Well, no, wait. We might want to save it for the grass types. Let's get Kingra in there. It'll be water versus water. Except we have dragon moves and they don't. Also, last season Wailord set up rain a lot, so it's probably going to set up rain. Yeah, there we go. Since they didn't bring Pelipper, I figured something would be setting up rain for the rest of the team. Alright, well, we got the Swift Swim then on our side. I'm going to also be greedy and go for Dragon Dance here. If we can get lucky and Body Slam, like it doesn't Body Slam paralyze us. Because I was going to say, I had a feeling it was going to do that or Earthquake. There's no way they were going to be dumb enough to Hydro Pump us. Yeah, of course. I called them using Body Slam, and unfortunately I lost that gamble. Darn it. Alright, well... and of course we're fully paralyzed on the first turn. Alright, Kingra, you're going to have to snap out of it or Wailord's going to get you here. There we go, at least get some damage in there. Dragon Pulse doesn't really get helped by the Dragon Dance, but I was more just trying to make sure we had absolute speed. Critical hit on the Body Slam, okay. You know what, Waterfall and hope for a flinch. We got the flinch, are you kidding me? Okay, now this is where Dragon Dance will make a difference because we don't have the rain anymore. But because of that paralysis, we're slowed down. Man, I hate that I was right about the Body Slam, but it got us. Let's go Mesprit. I know Azelf and Latios are fast, but like, just in case they try to switch, let's just get the Mesprit in there. See if they switch or if they stay in. They stayed in. Psychic. Should be enough. And it is enough. Okay. Alrighty. What is up next? Lombre. Okay. Okay. Nasty Plot. Got double. We've doubled our special attack, or in other words, our ranged attack. Alright, it's going for Swift Swim. We're gonna trick it though. Well, assuming we don't flinch. Wow, that's what it got with the rain boost. Of course it flinched us. Why wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, they're just playing the flinch game. Trick Room. There we go, get some health back here. Embrace going for Waterfall again. Draining Kiss again. Lombre goes down. Mesprit looking kind of scary. Looking kind of scary. That is scary for a Mesprit, though. With 3 Psychics left. I don't want to switch the Heracross in for unnecessary damage, though. We'll just hope we survive and can draining Kiss after we survive. Oh, I should have... Well, no, I'm even more glad I didn't switch now, because they would have had... Well, it's faster than Heracross anyway. Probably would have been smart to switch. Alright. Let's try Draining Kiss and see what happens. We're still faster after the speed boost. Alright. Bye, Sharpedo. I keep forgetting, and I said this last battle, I keep forgetting that there's no IVs. I also keep forgetting that I had a Trick Room up. I was thinking it was already over. There was one more turn of it. That one. What's it gonna do? We're going first. There's Psychic. How did we not defeat that thing? Yeah, this team, I'm a little shocked they didn't bring Gyarados or Lantern. I gushed about how good those two were as a pairing together, and didn't bring either. Hydro Pump in the rain, that's going to hurt. Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to hurt. Mesprit running away with this one so far. And Mantine. Let's see. Mantine's pretty specially bulky. I'm going to try to Draining Kiss to get some health back, but I don't think we're going to do that much to it. It's... Oh, that's right. It's got Swift Swim. Mesprit survives with 4 health. Are you kidding me? I mean, we didn't do much, but like we chipped away at it. We got some damage in on that thing. That is funny. See, that one surprised me because I usually go with the bulkier Mantine instead of going with Swift Swim. Like when I have used my own personal Mantine. Let's see here. It's got Swift Swim up. Hurricane would decimate Heracross. Let's get Latios in there and see what we can do. It might have Blizzard. I can't remember its moveset. But if it does, it's going to be 50% accurate. Yep. And they missed it. Okay. Gosh, Mantine's such a tank. Ooh, and now we're faster. Blizzard will be more accurate, but we are faster again now. It's got to hope for a crit or a freeze or something. Misses the Blizzard again. Alright, well this one's going to belong to the Harper's Ferry Haunter, it looks like. Mantine goes down. All right. Those were our 5 battles for the day. Give me a moment to tally the standings and the stats, and then I'll go over them with you here to end the video. All right, there we go. I've updated everything. As you can see, we've got our updated standings. The Harper's Ferry Haunter in first place right now with a point differential of +5. They're at 2-0, followed by the Shuckle Squad and Fairmont Flygon at 2-0 with a +4. Nightmare AC with a very impressive win this week. The most dominant showing we've seen so far. I mean, it was 98% Garchomp, but still. Great showing. They're back to 1-1, showing why they were predicted to be high in the polls to start the season. Squirtle Squad back to neutral with 1-1. Captain Spear's crew at 1-1, and the Pokemon Power at 1-1. Again, Pokemon Power is gonna. I know this manager. They're gonna be disappointed, but again, still have a great team. Just unfortunate that Garchomp just did what Garchomp does. If the person in charge of the computer team puts Walrein in earlier, maybe you have more of your team left to try and salvage that battle and win. So I don't think that you necessarily picked bad. I think the CPU, just like the other person, just could have done it. Could have picked a better order on their part for how things were going to go. Mystic Magikarp at 0-1, as well as Farfetch'd Garden Club at 0-1. Both those teams have a lot of season left since they've already got their buys out of the way. Great Garchomp at 0-2. That's probably the most surprising, as they are the defending champs. They did not bring Cresselia this week. I would imagine that team is going to have a turnaround. I fully still expect them to make the playoffs despite the 0-2 start. And then Smoochum or lose them 0-2, but they've fared better than expected so far this season. So very happy with how even everything's been. I had a really good day against computer. I went 4-1, so I'm up to 7-3 on the season against the computer. So keep that up. That would be, I believe, a career best. No, I actually have two that were better. I had a 76 win percentage one year and a 71. But 70 is trending the right way. I like that so far. Updated statistics for the Flygon. Latios with 5 knockouts. It only had 1 today, but it's got 5 total now. Suicune with a 3-2. Ditto with a 2-1. For Nightmare AC, Garchomp up to the top now after today at 4-2. Blaziken at 2-1. The Great Garchomp. Cresselia still at number 1 after not playing. Tells you how they did this week. Pokemon Power, Rhyperior, and Walrein both at the top with 3 knockouts. In fact, they've got all the knockouts for their team so far this season. Rough luck with the Tyranitar. Tyranitar, I gotta stress this, is the best Pokemon on this team. It's just been very unfortunate that it's been Swords Dance Earthquaked by Garchomp, and it was hit by Fissure. Like, it may still end up being their best statistic Pokemon of the season. It's just had a really rough start. Squirtle Squad being carried by Entei and Flareon so far. Harper's Fairy Haunter, Mesprit charging to the top this week after its strong showing. Captain Spearo's crew, Pelipper still out front despite not playing this week. They actually had a pretty good showing despite losing. Smooch 'em or lose 'em. Jinx is at the top with 3 knockouts. Xatu got a knockout today. And of course, there was the move of them getting Smooch 'em and cutting Ninetales. Chuckle Squad. Zapdos is a monster in its own right. 5 knockouts, no feints. Again, those 2 legendary birds, Zapdos and Articuno, going to be a problem for everyone else in the league. Chuckle Squad living up to expectations so far, which is terrifying for those of us trying to beat them. Mystic Magikarp had a bye. They just kind of got to see how everyone else did this week. And the Farfetch'd Garden Club put up a good showing as well. I mean, they got beat, but Whiscash got 2 knockouts you wouldn't expect it to have. Combuskin played pretty well. I could have handled the Clefable better. I thought it would be bulkier than it was. If I could go back and redo it, probably would have Ice Beamed and taken out Zapdos. It probably would have been beat by Articuno immediately the next turn, but it could have had a knockout, making that game a 1-0 victory instead of a 2-0 victory. So this team has potential. Like, I think this team, and this is what I was saying when I did the rankings earlier, I predicted this team to be 10th out of 11, but all the teams are so even. I mean, like I said, if I make one play bet differently with the Clefable, 10th place only loses by a single Pokemon to first. Like, that's how even things are in the league this year, which makes it more fun because you don't know what's going to happen. And we've already seen some craziness in both these weeks. But once again, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. Before we sign off, though, I'm going to go ahead and look at next week's schedule. Let's see here. Fairmont Flygon are at the Pokemon Power, so the Power will be controlled by me, and my team will be controlled by the computer. Nightmare AC is at the Great Garchomp. So, Great Garchomp will be controlled by me. Nightmare will be controlled by the computer. Squirtle Squad is at Captain Spiro's crew. So, I'll be controlling Captain Spiro's crew against the Squirtle Squad. Harper's Fairy Haunter is at Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. So, I'll be controlling Smooch 'em or Lose 'em against the Harper's Fairy Haunter. And in this third and final row here, Shuckle Squad gets their bye week. They've got to feel really good about where they are to start the season. And the Mystic Magikarp, coming off a bye, will be at home controlled by me against the Far-Fetched Garden Club. So that'll be the second matchup for both of those teams. Again, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you next time with Week 3 of the Pokemon Switch Draft League. All right, thanks again. Bye-bye.